tiny hand is going to help you to express that you have a question and you're raising your hand, okay? Now, you have other ways to make questions, not necessary you have to use this one. If you want, use it, no problem. You make your question, just don't forget to lower it, so it means that you're done, there's no more questions, all right? But if you want, you can also use your microphones directly, okay? So excuse me, teacher, I have a question. We can make a tiny stop, and well, let's listen and see what you have, all right? The chat is also activated. Years 6 to 8. You can write your question. You can make it public so everyone will be able to read it. If it's something a little bit more personal, so you may have to look for your teacher, all right? And you can write to me in private. Give me like a couple of minutes, and then I'll try to get back in here to you in a while, okay? After reading it. So those will be different ways for you to express yourselves, to make questions. Feel free in using them. And I have students asking, when can you use the reaction buttons? Whenever you wish, it's all yours. Those are your tools, okay? So you just feel free in using them. That's no problem. Okay, so I'm back in here. That was just a reminder so that you can carry on exploring your WebEx, all right? Don't miss that out. So as we have been talking about evaluations, this is going to be the next thing that I would like to mention. So you are concerned that at the end of the cycle, you have to earn 10 points, right? Okay. And how are you going to be evaluated, or what do I have in mind? Okay. So this is what you should have in mind. And this is how you're going to be monitored and also evaluated in academic tree. So the first in here will be how much English you use in class. How much English you use in the main session. Where we are right now, this is the main session. So there'll be moments that we'll make like a timeout, and we may be exchanging ideas, we may be discussing something, sharing opinions, right? Presenting something, and all of that, it has to be in English, okay? Besides that, very similar if you're suddenly transferred to a more private, let's say, session. So this is your breakout room, okay? So once that you are in that session with a partner or maybe with a pretty big group, try to carry on using as much English as you can, all right? Besides that, it says class and breakout room participation. Once that you're in the breakout session, your cameras and your microphones, they have to be on, okay? Because it's a moment for you to interact and also to be with your classmates and to work, okay? So please have that in mind. And then we also have this other, which is the class behavior. And this is about how respectful you are, how polite, helpful, how much you cooperate and you collaborate, not only with your fellow classmates, also with your teacher, okay? So that is what your class behavior is all about. So to that, we're going to add 2 extra points, and that's your learning attitude. And it's about how motivated and enthusiastic you come for your evening classes. And once again, I emphasize in here this, it's true. It's a challenging schedule. Of course it is. And it's true. During the day, many things get to happen to us. It would be great if all of us would have a perfect day, right? But we have many ups and downs. But the moment that we decide in here to connect for our 6 to 8 class, tiny little commitment to try to leave any negative things aside, okay? And let's try to make the very best of our 2-hour class in the evening, okay? All right, and we're going to be optimistic, we're going to be very enthusiastic, all right? But then, unless there's something going on, all right, feel free to drop a message in private. Let me know what is it all about, okay? And I'll try my very best in here to be as understanding as I can, Okay, all right. And then over here, we have the very last part. This is where we have some activities. Is the forum participation on Moodle. And that is what I will talk about in a while. So as you can see, this is where we have the 10 points. All right. Which I trust that you will try your very best and you will do a really great job at the end of the cycle so that you'll be able to earn those 10 points there. How's everyone? We okay in here with this? Yeah, about how you're going to be evaluated. All right, so have that in mind. Diego, I saw that you have a question.
Yeah, teacher, this 10 points is for what? Can you repeat, please?
The 10 points, I'm going to be monitoring and evaluating you, okay, in how you will be working during this level. So we have English use in class, class and breakout room participation, your class behavior, learning attitude, and your forum participation on Moodle.
Yeah, I got this, but my real question is, how's gonna be this score on the final score? So how's gonna be this grade? Maybe it's an average or it's like an extra points or something like that.
Oh no, this is part of your average, and to that you have your written exams, and you have your final oral exam. Okay, so this 10 points I have to plus and add it up with your exams. Okay, yeah, so that is what this 10 points in here is all about. Okay, so all of these parts in here, they will be evaluated, and this is to add up in here. So when it comes to class participation, you will have reading, you will have in here the listening exercises, you have speaking exercises, you will have class presentations, expositions, all of that, they're going to be added. So at the end of the cycle, you should have, if everything turns out well, you will have those 10 points, and those will be added to your written exams and also to your oral exams and the final oral exam. And then you will have your average there. Okay? All right? Okay, there. So I guess that we're pretty much done in here with this. And I'm back in here with everyone. So now that we mentioned about forums, so we have Moodle. Let's see if we can continue a little bit in here about Moodle. So I'm sharing in here another link. If you haven't checked, if you can access Moodle, it's always good to do so before the first exam. I have just shared the link. You can go ahead. If you haven't checked it, we can check it in here together. On Moodle is where you're going to work on your forums. Okay, and as I mentioned, it's part of your evaluation, right? Let me see if I can share my screen. Okay, so there it is. We have something similar, okay? So that's academic tree. Now, on the welcome page, if you scroll down, over here at the very bottom, you have a link. And this is what we call a plan B. Let's suppose that something may have happened with the links that are automatically sent by WebEx to your mails. So this is another way for you to log in on WebEx. You can use this link on Moodle and you have your password. Okay, and that will be for your personal use. But this is like a backup, a plan B. But have it in mind, because sometimes, who knows, okay, you may need it. So that will be on your welcome page. And then let's scroll up in here for a while. You can see that we have units, Unit 1 to Unit 6. Time to time, each of those tabs will be activated. So far, Unit 1 has been activated because that is what we have to start studying, right? Okay. As you click on unit number 1, you scroll down where it says activities and you click on forum. This is going to lead you to your first activity or your first forum. Now, over here, we have to avoid doing unnecessary things because sometimes we end up doing what you're not supposed to do so. And this is where students, they have a hard time and they say, teacher, it's too much. Yeah, it's too much because you're doing something that you're not supposed to do. So this is not in the instructions that you have to follow. The instructions that you have to follow is this one here. Okay? So you have to look for the word discussion. You have the topic that is next to the star, you see, right? You have your teacher's picture. So this is where you're going to give a click. So the first activity has been activated. You read, you see what is it all about, and you start participating. Depending on what you have to work on, you can do so in the following ways. You can click on reply, and you can do so directly there, right? Okay. And once that you're finished, you just post the forum. But in case if you have to work on a separate document and you suddenly have to upload that to the platform, what are you going to do? So once again, you're going to click on reply. You click on advance. You scroll down for a while. You have this, okay? You're going to click over here on this button. You wait until your file or your document has been uploaded. And when you're ready, you're going to post to forum. Okay, all right. But as I just said, it's just in case if you have to work on a separate document. So read the instructions, see what is it all about, and so on. Now, something very similar is going to happen with the other units, with units 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But so far, it's not activated because we have to get started only with unit number 1. So the due dates in here for your forums. Until when can you do or participate on Moodle? So forums
Estoy en la clase de inglés, mami.
like a week before the cycle ends. Got it? All right. So this cycle is supposed to end in May, if I'm not mistaken, 22nd. So a week before the cycle ends, it will be activated until, or maybe around the 17th, May 17, it will be activated. All right, so you have that time to carry on participating on your forums, their academic tree, okay? All right, so you check Moodle, and who knows, suddenly you say, okay, the teacher has activated the next 2 units. So you can explore, you check. If it's something that we already have talked about, so if you feel ready to work on it, to participate, you continue participating, okay? Now, my suggestion is usually that. So trying here to do that so you won't have to have everything accumulated in the very last minute, okay? So you can organize your timing. But then, if you're the type of student that you just love the adrenaline to do everything in the very last minute, you can do it, no problem at all, okay? I receive the notifications, so it's all up to you how you organize your timing. But then if I receive earlier notifications, it's also a plus in here for everyone, because I'm going to start checking, and you can also carry on reviewing. So I may leave some advice, some suggestions. You can check on your corrections, and that can be useful tips, maybe if you have to write something similar for your exam. All right, okay? So that is just a couple of things there for you to have in mind, all right, about your forums. So don't forget that these forums, they are evaluated okay? And they're also part of your 10 points, okay? So far, that is sitting here with Moodle. So on Moodle, that is also where you're going to connect, where you have your exams. So have that in mind too. And there is also another platform, which is known as SysNote. SysNote looks like this. I just shared the link in here with everyone. It is also known as Portal. I suggest you to also check if you can log in. Over here, this is where you'll be able to check your grades, your attendance, justifications, and at the end of the cycle is where you have to evaluate your teacher, okay? Now, if you suddenly have certain inconvenience or maybe problems with either of the platforms, issues with WebEx, Moodle, or SysNote, you can contact soporte or maybe asistencia virtual, okay? If you have any academic matter, late exams, who knows? Maybe you have to combine, maybe it's about justifications. You have to write to coordination or linguistica. They are the ones in charge of that, okay? But then if you suddenly need to contact your teacher, so one way that I keep in touch in here with everyone is through Gmail. And it's what I'm going to share right now in here with everyone in the chat box. So it's true that I have a Hotmail, but it hasn't been very efficient. Gmail has been working really great. You can see it in the chat box. This is how we're going to be keeping in touch. This cycle, I'm available from Monday to Friday, and that is from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. Okay, so feel free in dropping a message, all right? Now, over here, in case if there's a last minute emergency, who knows, you cannot make it earlier for class. You won't be able to make it for class. Feel free to write to me, let me know what's going on. If you need the class recording to be sent, let me know, all right? So I'll be able to send it to you. So in that way, you'll be able to watch it and you can catch up with what we have been doing so far. And in that way, you won't miss anything. Okay? All right? So that is what in here it's pretty much all about. And I would like you in here to know. Are we okay maybe with it? Yep, everyone up to there? Yep. Yeah, so sometimes, I mean, it's like, if there's like tiny inconvenience going on, the point is to be able to communicate with one another. So before we let Linguistica know what's going on, who knows? Maybe I can try to study your case to give you a helping hand. But if it's really complicated, then you may have to go through Linguistica. All right, okay? But if it's something not that complicated, let me know. All right, and let's see how we can give you a helping hand. And I guess I'm done in here with it. And maybe just to finish, yeah, I have a couple of dates here. Oh, I have two things, but this one I don't want to miss this out. This was about the holidays. So we have some days off. Yeah, so this week is a pretty short one, as I just said. So this Friday, on March 29, we have off. And Friday, May 3rd is also another day that we have off. So you can have that in mind so you can plan ahead. Okay? Well, now, there is also something, like one more thing. In this very moment, I'm going to share another link in here with everyone. Let's see. And I would like you to give it a click, and please let me know if you can access it. It's something really simple. There it is. Can you do so? Yep. All right. So I'm sharing my screen. So in this very moment, what I would like everyone to do is to please complete the chart. Okay, this is what you're supposed in here to see. Please write your name. I need you to help me with a Gmail address. Make sure that it's a Gmail. Okay, no Hotmail, Outlook, Yahoo, EPN. It has to be a Gmail. Okay, and if you have a mobile number, please provide me with it. I'll be using it only if it's strictly necessary. Okay. Okay, I'm checking in here. I can see that some of you, or most of you already have shared something. Don't forget it's a Gmail address. Let's see. Carolina, can you help me with a Gmail address, please? I can see a Hotmail. I need a Gmail, please. Do you mind correcting that? And the rest we have Gmail. Okay, looks great. So what is the whole point in here about this? So a way to help students with a backup about everything that we will be talking about and also using. I work with drives. Okay, so that's one of the reasons that I'm asking you to help me with a Gmail address. Right now, I'm going to show you an example of a drive. Okay, it's slightly similar. Let's see if I have an example here. Okay, so let's share this in here with everyone. So in this couple of days, I will try to work on something similar for you. This is an example. This was last cycle's one. And we have over here in each of those folders, the material and also screenshots, okay, of the lessons that time to time I will be uploading. When we have oral exams, you may find instructions what it says in oral exam, okay? I also like to add some extra tiny exercises for you so you can work as home practice, and you may find it in review sheets. And then everything that we have been talking about today, that information, you can find it where it says remote, online. There's also the calendar. But as I said, this is an example because this was last cycle's one, but it's going to look pretty similar. So just to give you a hint, who knows, maybe you would like to take a look about some vocabulary. So the list, you may check bit by bit, okay? So you may have that information there. But as I said, time to time, I will be uploading it. During these days, you'll be receiving an invitation. All right. So you have to be aware in your Gmails. Once that you have received the invitation where it says Loretta Sanchez has invited you to access our drive, please kindly confirm that you can do so. Okay? All right. So that's the only thing that you will have to do. And time to time, you just check. So it's more like a backup so that you'll be able to have the material about everything that we will be talking about during this level. Okay? So that is what that is all about. Okay there. And now definitely I'm finishing here with these instructions. Yay. So done in here with it. Let's see, we can move on. We're going to continue. And let's see if we can go ahead and try to get to know each other pretty much. So as the first day of class, it's always nice to have students work on their wall with their pictures, okay? It's their first day of class pictures. So in this couple of minutes, this is what I would like you to do. You're going to take your first day of class selfie, okay? A picture. That is what you're going to do, all right? I'm going to give everyone some time. You can use the app as you wish. It can be something funny. It can be something slightly crazy. It can be, let's say, something very creative. It's all up to you. It's your first day of class selfie. That is what you're going to do, okay? As you work on it, you can have your cameras off for a while. I'm going to add a music timer. I'll give you around maybe 5 minutes, accelerating 6 for that. Once that time is up, we will meet again in the main session. Okay, so feel free having your cameras off. I'll see everyone back in here in a while. Let's see if we can get started with that class activity. Go ahead. So have your cameras off just for a while, 5 to 6 minutes. Try to work on a lovely first day of class selfie. Try to be creative. Make sure it's a pretty nice one. It can be something fun, funny, slightly crazy, right? I'll see everyone in a while. Okay, I'm back in here, everyone. I hope you had enough time to work on your first day of class selfie. Now, this is what we're going to continue doing. And where are we going to post it? So we have a lovely in here wall on Padlet. Let me share it in here with everyone so you can see it. Okay. There you go. All right. So you can click anywhere on Padlet. You will have a pop-up window, right? If you want, you can also click at the very bottom. You have a round orange button. You have the same effect. Where it says subject. So over here, I would like you to write your name. The first option that you have here, it says upload file. So this is where you should click on it. You're going to look for your picture and then you're going to upload it. Once you're done, over here at the very bottom, what I would like you to do, you are going to hashtag your first day of class selfie, all right? Or photo. So you can add a very nice name in here to it. It's all up to you how you would like in here to hashtag it. Once you're done, you're going to click on publish. So your post should be ready with your picture. The three dots that you have at the top, if you click on it, you can change the color of your post. If you want, with the same option, you can edit your post, or maybe you can also delete it. That's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, all right, so something pretty simple. So here's the link. Let me share it in the chat box in here for everyone. You can give it a click and you can start uploading and posting your pictures, okay? So there is the link. Go ahead. I'll give everyone some time at the meanwhile.